Hello, seventh grade. I hope you guys are doing okay. I mean it when I say that. I hope you guys are all right and trying your best to stay positive and healthy. Okay, guys. Well, here's where we're at. So, we're going to try our best to get this project done. And by this project, I mean we're going to focus on something I call everything Mexico or your respective country of origin. So, what does that mean? Oh, and before I begin or before I go on and on about this new project, I know that, for instance, 109 and another couple of my seventh graders, a couple of seventh grade classes, I believe it was three in total, were working on their fashion design templates. Now, because we don't have templates at our disposal, because I don't know if you guys would be able to print one. I don't know if, honestly, I don't know if you guys will have access to this information, and many of you will. So I decided to go with something different. And once everything gets situated, and if we're able to return, if things return back to normal, and by that I mean, of course, the school year will finish while we're at Sawyer, or more to the point, this remote learning will come to an end and we'll be back in the classroom. And if that so happens, wonderful. And we'll focus on the fashion design templates. But because we're here at home, I want to start a new project with you guys. Well, actually, for one seventh grade class, it won't be new. I have one seventh grade class that is working on this Everything Mexico, but I have made a couple of exceptions. So, what do I mean by that? So, in the case of Yaider, he chose to focus on his country of origin. That's what I mean by Everything Mexico or your respective country of origin. Yaider chose to focus on Colombia because I wanted him to feel free. I didn't want him to feel as though he had to focus on a country foreign to him or something he had little knowledge of. So I said, it's okay. I said, puedes enfocar en tu tierra natal, Colombia. And another student of mine, Brianna, she wants to focus, or I imagine she would like to focus on Puerto Rico, considering that's where she's from. So of course I agreed to it. I do not object to it, as I want you to create, to become a little more familiar with your ethnicity, with your culture, your how do I put it, other than wherever it is that your parents originate from, or perhaps you, like myself, were born in Mexico. And it's another way of saying take pride in where you're from. Never forget your roots. But let's get back to the task at hand. So, what will this project entail? What do we have here? Well, number one, we're going to start with the list. Okay? So, Yaider, por ejemplo, ya sabes bien que tienes que cumplir, disculpa, tu lista de 20 cosas, en tu particular caso, 20 cosas de Colombia. Okay, guys? Because again, Yaider's from Colombia, so he started his list of 20 things from Colombia. And let's say, for instance, you guys will go along with the Everything Mexico, or you don't object to it, rather. Because again, many of you, like myself, were born in Mexico or are of Mexican descent. But I also understand, kids, that many of you are perhaps third or fourth generation Latinos, which means you are the third or fourth generation that was born here in the States, and your great grandparents may have indeed, have originated from Mexico, but you've lost contact with your family in Mexico. And some of you, like a few of my friends that are Mexican or of Mexican descent, may not speak Spanish. And that's all right, because again, here we are in the States. You were born here, and it's okay to be proud of your country of origin. That's really one of the things that I like to emphasize. Excuse me, kids. That's one of the things I really like to emphasize with this project. Be proud of where you originate from. Be proud of your culture, be it Mexico, Colombia, Puerto Rico, or the United States. So let's start a list, guys. Okay. So let's say you're gonna go with Colombia. I have here some notes. So here we have, I wrote down a little bit of information, and I won't lie to you guys. This is something I put together very quickly. I'm not very familiar with Colombia, but it's one of the things that I love about, well, one of the many things I love about my job is that you guys are teachers in your own right. You guys teach me stuff. You disseminate information, you make things aware, you make me aware of things, I should say. So again, here we have Colombia. A little bit of research that I did. So apparently, so this is Colombia as it appears on the map, an outline of Colombia. And no worries, kids. As you can see, I'm no cartographer. I'm no map maker. But again, as I've said before, you can draw these things. Drawings are made up of lines and shape. Excuse me, lines and shapes. And more to the point, you are talented. You're intelligent, and you are amazing. So you can do this. Well, so let's say, for instance, Yaide is working on his Colombia list. So we have these arepas, basically their version of the gordita. And we have mango. We have mango biche, which is basically a raw or unripe mango, which is then prepared with seasonings. I imagine the likes of pepper, lime, and who knows, perhaps even something that is sweet. And then I believe they have, so let's say, for instance, an animal, because you can have not only food. I don't want you to focus on food and drink and snacks alone. You can focus on animals. And in Colombia, they have, I believe it's called the three-toed sloth. And it's another way of saying, well, in Espanol, escribo el perezoso. And if memory serves, that's what a sloth is. That's how you would pronounce sloth in Spanish, perezoso. And don't quote me on it, but I believe you can find three-toed sloths in Colombia. And let's say, for instance, here we have Puerto Rico. And here I have a sketch, a drawing of Puerto Rico as it appears on the map. And in Puerto Rico, pues tienen pasteles, their version of tamales, arroz con gandules, tostones, which boil down to fried plantain slices. And we have the coqui, which is their national animal. And it's a small frog that, according to some of my friends, makes a lot of noise. So, excuse me, guys, my cat's making an appearance. Okay, guys, so that's where we're at. Our lists. Or our list, I should say. So let's go back to, let's say, Mexico. And so ideally, guys, I want 20 things from Mexico. But we're not going to go through all 20 items. Let's just say, for instance, I say tortillas. Okay? Tacos. Corn. Mazapan. Jarritos. Now, so number 1 was your list. Number 2, I need you to research. I need you guys to figure out whether these things are authentic. Research the authenticity. The authenticity of these things. I want you to know. I want you to learn. And in some cases, you're going to teach me. Well, Mr. Ruiz, I researched the authenticity or the origin of the tortilla, I should say. And you were right. It would seem as though the tortillas originated in Mexico. What we know of as the tacos originated in Mexico. And also corn. According to the archaeological record, or according to the research conducted by archaeologists, corn was indeed cultivated in Mesoamerica / Middle America / Mexico. Here's where we might run into a little bit of difficulty, guys. Mazapan. In Spain, it's referred to as marzipan or marzapan, I would imagine. And again, what we know of as mazapan, or más bien, mazapan de la Rosa, is indeed from Mexico. But, guys, marzipan as we know it comes from Spain. Jarritos, guys, if memory serves, soft drinks or fountain drinks, as well as we know them now, soda pops originated here in the U.S., if memory serves. So you have to, number 1, create the list. Number 2, conduct the research. Find out whether these things are truly originate from or are original, or research the authenticity. Do they indeed pertain to Mexico or to a specific country of origin? That's what you're going to do, guys. List and research. Now, I have something that was prepared a couple of years ago. Actually, it was a few years ago. My friend and I put this together. So what do we have, guys? So, well, we have a drawing of Mexico, an outline of Mexico as it appears on the map. And we have things within it, and we have things without. So in and outside of it. So Here, of course, the sun shines on all human beings and all creatures on this wonderful and amazing, beautiful, and sometimes a little dark and sinister world. But nonetheless, Mexico, Mexico cannot say the sun is ours, as again it belongs to everyone. But something that is synonymous with Mexico is the drawing that combines the moon and the sun. But in this case, I just thought I'd focus on the sun that has a little bit of flair to it. And by that I mean here these curvilinear or serpentine or serpent-like lines here, just emphasizing the sun radiating its heat onto Mexico. And here we have a prickly pear. And be careful with something like this, guys, because I would love to sit here and say nopales are from Mexico and Mexico alone. But to my understanding, guys, nopales can be found throughout the world. For instance, nopales can be found in North Africa, in Italy, and even here in America. Believe it or not, you can find prickly pears in Indiana. Here we have the Sea of Cortez. So here's Baja California del Sur, Baja California del Norte, and here we have the giant red squid. The giant red squid is located within the Sea of Cortez, this large expanse of water between mainland Mexico, the mainland of Mexico, and then here Baja California del Sur y Baja California del Norte. And here we have the giant red squid, which is found within these waters, the Sea of Cortez. Now, you don't have to focus so much on the orca or the bottlenose dolphin or dolphins in particular. I just wanted to add a little bit more to the drawing. But here, let's say for instance, here we have chile serranos or something that resembles a chile. Chiles are found throughout South America, but because Mexico is known for its salsas, spicy food, I decided to include them. And here we have, of course, tazas de barro. And many of these tazas de barro or clay mugs, they have specific designs. And by that, I mean designs specific to a region or to a state. So here we have corn. And kids, corn, lo que es la tortilla y el taco, corn, tortillas, and tacos, they did originate from Mexico. According to the archaeological record, according to the research conducted by archaeologists, Mexico, or more to the point, corn was first cultivated in what we know of as Mexico about 7,000 years ago. So yes, we gave the world corn, chocolate, the turkey, and lowriders. But let's get back to it. So here, guys, here we have a giant Olmec head, the colossal Olmec heads, candied skull. Here, as you can see, I was starting the drawing of a concha, but just didn't complete it. Here we have, I believe the term is axolotl. It's a type of salamander, and these feather-like things are actually gills, if memory serves, and they're also called water puppies. And here, guys, Mexico didn't invent the paleta, but again, the paleta carts, the paleteros, they're synonymous with Mexico. You know, you think of Mexico, or you see these things, and they make you think of Mexico. And here we have a drawing of, I believe it's a Chihuahua, if memory serves. The Chihuahua, of course, originated in Mexico, in the northern state of Chihuahua. Temple Chichen Itza, or something that resembles the temple at Chichen Itza. Here we have the pestle and mortar, or more to the point, here we have el aguacate and el malcajete, Mexico's version of the pestle and mortar, putting together some salsa. Here we have a woman with a roboso, a dark skin, as you can see, con su trenza, pelo negro, and baby in tow. So this is something I put together, and I want you to take into account what these things mean to me and what they mean to you. You may take a look at these and direct or immediately associate them with Mexico. You may not. And it's okay. Again, it's something that should be digested. You know, you take inventory of it. You say, okay, Mr. Ruiz, I think I understand. So here, what's happening here, Mr. Ruiz? These guys are locked out of the zoo. Guys, unfortunately, this is something that, this is a drawing that illustrates the plight of the immigrant, or the fact that some Mexicans are here and some Mexicans are there. By that I mean, here we have, basically the turmoil, the angst, all of the negative stuff that is connected to or is attributed to immigration, illegal immigration, and the fact that families are separated. Here I am, and there they are. So again, guys, it's just something that I want you to take account of, and more to the point, take pride in your country of origin. I'm very happy and I'm very proud of the fact that I'm your art teacher and I live here in Chicago. But I also am proud of the fact that I was born in Mexico and I come from a very rich and diverse culture, and I've learned to appreciate it over the years. I really have, guys. But enough with the philosophy. Let's get back to the project at hand. So, once you have your list of 20 things from Colombia or Puerto Rico or que sea Mexico, then you're going to start to sketch them. And as you can see, guys, I went on ahead and started to prepare a couple of these drawings. Now, no worries, guys. So again, I am no cartographer. A cartographer, or the word cartography, means the study of maps or the production of maps. So a cartographer is someone that makes maps. I am no cartographer, guys. I am no map maker, and I don't believe any of my students are cartographers, have ever created or drawn a map. But guess what, guys? You're going to be fine. What you need to do is, first of all, research this country or your country of origin and start to sketch it. Draw what you believe is the boundary, or that which is, in this case, Mexico. And again, I'm no cartographer, but I'll always give it a try. So let's go back to my list in terms of Mexico. I believe I had, pues, tortillas, unos frijolitos. So I had tortillas, I had tacos, let's say jarritos, mazapan, lo que sea, guys, lo que sea de jarritos. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, we start to draw these things on within the map itself, within the outline of Mexico. And kids, this is a sketch. Don't give me a sketch and say, it's done, Mr. Ruiz, it's done. Guys, take your time. And when I say sketch, I mean, of course, something that is typically haphazardly done, guys, okay? So I'm going to start drawing some tortillas, and I'm going to place them on this oval or disc. And this is a comal. Now, why did I choose to draw these tortillas or these ovals on another oval? On a larger oval, I should say. Because if I were to create a stack of ovals, guys, we don't want anyone to get the impression that we're drawing pancakes. So we want to stay away from that. And if you want to focus on tortillas, then you can draw them on a comal. And of course, as you guys know, there's several different types of comals or designs, guys. There's several different types of designs out there, guys, and you know it. So we can start to draw some tortillas on this comal, or whatever the case might be, guys, okay? So, back to our tacos. This might get a little tricky in that we all know what a taco is, but for some, unfortunately, they believe that the hard shell taco is indeed an authentic taco. But the taco, or as we know, the hard shell taco, it's Tex-Mex, guys. So it's not authentic. You guys know that if you were to visit a true Mexican, or should I say an authentic Mexican restaurant, they would not have hard shell tacos. You know that they would have tacos that, of course, appear to be something like a raw or uncooked flauta, guys. Okay, so basically the taco rolled in within itself and whatever you want to provide or whatever you want to include on there. And remember, guys, drawings are made up of lines and shapes, guys, okay? Don't say to yourself, but Mr. Ruiz, I'm no artist. You are. You are. I know your work. You guys are talented. You're amazing. You're intelligent. You guys have everything it takes, guys. What we have to do is just focus. And if we focus, we're going to be all right, guys, okay? So, what do I have? I have my tortillas, I have my tacos, and let me go on ahead and just draw what appears to be a bottle of jarritos, guys, okay? And again, drawings are made up of lines and shapes. You guys got this. I know you guys got this. And we're going to be fine. So I want you to view both presentations I put together, guys, okay? I've put together two presentations. One that I've used with 7th grade in the past, and just a Google Slides presentation I put together so you have a better understanding of this. And no worries, guys. Okay, this is just a sketch. Am I happy with it? No, but that's why it's called a sketch, guys. And what does that mean? Or more to the point, what distinguishes a sketch from a drawing? Well, you know well and good, guys, that your drawings, of course, will entail your effort. I'll be able to see your effort. I'll know how hard you work because of the time and effort that you put into drawing, and that's made relevant or apparent, I should say, by your drawings. I know when you guys put a lot of time and effort into it because your drawings are amazing and beautiful. They're not haphazardly done. They're not just quick sketches. Okay, guys, so that's going to be our project for now. And I call it Everything Mexico or your respective country of origin, guys. So I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you're safe and healthy. And we'll take it from there, guys. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye, 7th grade.